So one of the other newly added challenges was this one, crop failure. Let's check out crop failure. The thing about this map is you can't really produce food. The only food that it's allowed to make is fish. All other food must be imported. The goal? Have 16 peasants in level 4 housing. So you're going to need to import a lot of different food types to make them adequately happy. I also looked at what you can export, and you can only really export one thing, which is tools. Thankfully, there are a great many copper mines. Copper mines, 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 copper mines. So you should be able to export a lot of it. But beyond looking at those two things, I haven't fiddled with the map, so I don't really have a specific plan in mind to begin with. There's not that much lowland land. Everything else is medium land. And we also have to be positive balance, so we can't just boost level 4 whilst we're losing money. Where are the entrances? Here's an entrance. Is there one down... Okay, there's another lowland zone near the other entrance, but this one's kind of... As much as you might want to do some farming here, you're probably going to have to do the copper milling. So I think this is the more reasonable one to start on. The trouble is, the people are going to want food, like, immediately. So I kind of want to do here. Because this will be reasonably close to food. Monks can go without food more than almost anyone else. I could maybe put monks down here. Normally this would be like food for this area. Well, we might have to rearrange it later, but for now... Come up. Come across. Something like that. Do we have a tax office? We do get to have a tax office. Okay. That'll do for the moment. We need some actual yaks. Where will we put our yaks? There seems a sensible enough place for yaks. But it should also probably be food, right? So what we should really do is get Tech 1 happening. So that I can see where we can build food. Massive loss of income due to not enough monks. And we do need a couple more artisans. For the moment, the artisans can pretend that they're going to live here. As long as the taxman touches them, that's fine. And so now it's monks. Fortunately, this doesn't quite reach as far as we would like. And it doesn't look like it's going to ever reach as far as we would like. Holy moly, it doesn't even reach to there? That's sad. There we go. Still needs some more though. Is the yak breeding simulator back? Yes, Wick. Prepare for the yak attack. Yeah, and g'day, mate. 2, 3, 4. We can move the road over one. There. Alright, this area needs a tax office. But we're going to need to wait for some cash. Whoa, and then suddenly everyone's grumpy. You've got too good tech. We want food now. If I turn this off. Oh, but I did want to look at, in the meantime, where can we fish? So we can fish there, but we can't fish here. Okay. Wait for Treasury to recover enough that money is technically positive, enough to build our second tax office. For the monks. That boosts our income. Start making food, I guess? No, because we're going to need to wait. We're going to need to wait till we have enough money saved up that we can survive the brief no-food period. One nice thing is that at least it looks like this is not a snow mountain. We're not going to have to deal with actual avalanches. This probably ends up being where we make the yaks there. Ah, but that's level 2 tech. We can only have basic yak for now. Fair enough. Basic yak it is. I think I want all of these to move one more out. Yes, like that. We're definitely going to need more lowlanders to run all the new fishing, or soon-to-be fishing huts, so let's just preempt them existing a little. Also boosts our tax income in the meantime. Speed up, let money accrue. Okay, pause. Slow speed, pause. Turn on the tech building. And then everyone's going to complain, wow, 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 we don't have food. Yep, here we go. Everyone's, wah, wah. We need to get socially subsidized food payments. So we need to start giving them food. And then the only other thing to think about is that we will want baths. I think. Who actually wants baths? The peasants sort of like baths. These guys really like baths. The monks don't believe in baths though. Or something like that. It's a bit sad that it doesn't reach over here. And we're not going to get to have a second one, so these guys might need a secondary thing instead to make them happy, but Just block out this space even if we aren't going to use it that way necessarily. For now. And get the fishing happening. Very good, that's enough food for these guys. They don't complain about no food anymore. The monks still do. And the monks don't believe in eating fish. G'day, Nemi. You're doing your Mordkalb impression. Hooray, hooray, moo cows. You sure you're not Mord, Nemi? Then what will I do to make these guys happy? He's too Austrian to be you. This doesn't reach here, but it does reach there. Similarly, we could rearrange some of these. Okay, so the monks are happy just with their education, even if they don't get food at the moment, which is an interesting way of life, and we're happy for them to be like that. It means that I don't need to make as much food. In fact, I'm currently making much more food than I need to. We can turn one of the fishing off and still be easily in surplus. That looks good. And then it's probably time to start working out how to do our copper exports here. So... trading post, which uses too many yaks. So a couple more basic yak. Then it's not enough artisans. Now I forget how big we made this bit of the block. I think it was that big. Okay, you get to escape tax for the moment. But otherwise, this layout's really quite good. I suppose you're also evading tax. We've got 3 tax evaders, but we live with them for the moment. That extra bit of food means this is no longer enough fish, which means we need to turn you on again. Then that's lovely. Let some time pass. Work out how we're going to do all of this. Utensils. And it doesn't actually sell for a very good price. Like, this is, compared to the price of the stuff that we're going to have to import, the utensils are not exactly high value. Okay, we're suddenly missing lowlanders and yaks. Some more basic yak. But we kind of need to swap over to advanced yak fairly reasonably soon. Running out of space for basic yak. That's not enough peasants. There's not a lot I can do about that at the moment. Now have a couple more normal peasants, but not a lot. It's about all we can fit. Okay, copper, 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 copper. Step 2. Coppersmiths. I'd forgotten just how horrible the ratio is on these things, so we actually don't need all of these yet. Turn off the excess mines. We do need a redistributor. Okay, and then all those tools would be easier just to move this closer to the tools. Seriously? I mean, I suppose it becomes okay once I fix my missing artisans. And put like 5 here before we start not having taxed ones. You claim that there's no longer enough fish. We're probably going to have to use a second yeeter. Actually, maybe even a big one. Okay, then that's enough food. Beautiful. We still need like 2 more artisans. Doesn't quite get all that we need, but it gets pretty close. And then you know what? Let's think about mediumly nice road about the food distributor, which also spreads the tax man that little bit further. That means I can justify filling in that. As well as 2 more there and there. Okay. Maybe we give up on the baths. They're only worth 1. And the food is probably more important. We'll see. As those level up, they're going to have more people, and I probably will get rid of the baths for more food. Anyway, let's let time pass. Treasury money reaccrue. I don't know that I'm convinced that the export of all of these tools is particularly useful. It's not earning that much money. As long as I'm not importing food to pay the people that are running it, it's okay. But once we do have to import food for them, it probably becomes not terribly sensible to do. Speed up, let money accrue. And let's think about what we want to give these guys next. So do we want to give them bread, meat, cheese, butter tea, utensils. Utensils is the obvious one, seeing as we make them ourselves. So that means we need a Amazon distribution center. I think I did it like that. And that unfortunately means that these no longer do this. We need a yeeting center. Instead, you now go to the yeeting center, and then the yeeting center sends it to Amazon. It's not worth having you while you're not running. Okay, and then everyone's happy that we're giving them cutlery. Fish and cutlery. I would somewhat like gong. Somewhat like praying place. Peasants will not level up until they're given a second food. Range to do that. So unless I'm willing to build an intermediate yeeting center, or a big yeeting center, Amazon? It is an Amazon. It distributes goods everywhere. It's an Amazon distribution center. Commodity supplier number 1. Okay. One more. Suddenly we need more grain. One nice thing about this kind of setup is you can control exactly how much food you're using, rather than overproducing quite so much. Actually, I could probably turn one of these off for a little bit. Yes, and we're still okay. We're still making money, even importing the food to feed the level 2 artisans. Good. Now, our next problem is going to be that these guys will not level up unless they're given more commodities. Because the peasants don't really care about the commodities very much. Both want at least one kind of religious thing, though. So we could do our gongs and praying places. That might even be too close once we've upgraded to even better road. But for the moment, that looks good. So does that. And that's probably the road. Actually, the shaft can come across like that. Oh god, no, not fancy road for the axe. Normal road for the axe. The yaks deserve fancy road? No. Sorry, no, not allowed. And then this space is extra food types? Okay, then we can upgrade the peasants. Run out of fish, so we go turn on the extra fishing and the extra fish delivery. You vote for fancy yak roads? Well, thankfully, it is a one-man, one-vote system. I am the man, and I have the vote. Need like 8 more. One less. Now we need 1 more. Theory point 1 more, but that will do. What has become of Australia? Right. We're still making money. Many of these are now on level 2. We do need more monks. Which is weird. Why do we need more monks? Oh, because the gongs need monks. True. And we're going to need more monks if we also want to run out higher level tech, which we do want to move up to. We want to move up to the monastery instead of academies, which also means we need to start producing cedar. God, only available via import. Thankfully it doesn't use much. It doesn't use much. And then the other problem is that the ratios for these things, right? So it's 6. So we kind of want to be running 2 of them, which would need 12. And 12 is 3 of these. That's going to use a lot more space than I would really like. What are we going to do to upgrade these people? They need prey. They need at least 1 food. So we do need to turn on their food deliveries. That means we need more food imported. Apparently 1 more. There we go. So the monks scoff down the imported bread. And if we gave them a gong, they'd be super happy. We could also just box them in. But seeing as they don't like baths, I'm kind of tempted to move this down here. Otherwise, we're going to waste some of our fishing space. On the other hand, we don't really need a lot more fishing space, because as we diversify food types, the amount of fish that will be eaten by this will actually decrease, not increase. So although population is going to go up, food diversity will counter the increased population. So fine, let's just box you in. Well, is there enough space for this? There's nothing saying these have to be in here, though. It's much bigger space. That's so little space left. Nah, we'll try and work up here. If I have to redo it because I've chosen wrong, we'll just redo it. Work from the other end. Yeah, we know how to fix this then. Put that there. Beautiful. Now the monks are happy that they're in an enclosed little monk home. They're less happy that they don't have enough bread. That is so much money on bread. Okay, level 2 monks. They demand another type of food before they will go up again. We do have a lot of spare lowlanders, so we could make more utensils for export. Even if we said we think they're slightly crappy. That doesn't work because we don't have enough yaks. Or artisans. These aren't going to be able to upgrade easily. So fine, no, we don't turn on more of this export because it uses the wrong kind of workforce. I need something that uses lowlanders. Or else I need to move my lowlanders to their own zone and have this be basically only artisans. We need our Tech 2 efficient yaks rather than these space inefficient yaks. I might even need to do the yaks here based on space. Because otherwise we won't be able to fit enough farm. Have you ever played the city builder where you ride on the back of a dinosaur? No, we've played one where you ride on the back of a turtle. It was okay, but it had a lot of placeholder graphics at the time. What are we gonna do? Do we go up to Tech 2 the inefficient way? The Wandering Village. You can't just say that and not link it. It's sure we'll give Nemi a permit. It's totally a dinosaur, says Nemi. What do I think? It's a bit dino turtle-ish. Money is so slow to accrue this way. No, I think I have to go for Tech 2 and the efficient yaks. There's no way to not do that. So what I next want is at least you. But that's going to turn me negative income all by itself. Holy. Holy moly. What if we have a second shitty one for the moment? That works. And that lets me get the advanced yak building. But only eventually. Do you guys really deserve food? Like, what if I cut you off from food? You would get extremely angry. And if I gave you a gong? That mostly works. It's definitely a lot cheaper than giving them food. Lets me do away with that as well. And that means I don't need to import as much food. Okay. What if I move you now? What if we move this away? We say the monks are never going to get to have food. They all complain about no food. In theory... Okay, that's all happy. If I flipped these two, they would probably all be happy. Yeah. So these ones are now happy. You... blue for the moment. It's kind of mean this road is a bit wasteful, but hey. And that means we can have the second inefficient one of you. Okay, that gets us efficient yak. I know they don't have food. They don't need food. They live on knowledge and gongs and being enclosed by walls. Food is for the less enlightened. Okay, convert into efficient yak. Perfectly realistic. Efficient yak. And then what ratio is we gonna need? These produce 3 hay. So it's like 4 is to 3. Where are we going to shove these? There actually looks pretty good for the moment. Except it doesn't quite reach the last one. Well, you know what? Let's change where the road goes. Go, now it works. So this is sending the wrong thing. Send hay, send hay, send hay, send hay, hay to the hay baler, and then baled hay to the yak feeders. Okay, that is now a good surplus of yak. We probably do that same thing again. These should also know to connect there for when we do want them. Three more. Done. More yaks than we could conceivably need, right? Which means we can then turn on... this, and export some of the utensils. Go kill off the excess inefficient yaks. Saves us a lot of money. I'm missing a slight amount of artisans, but we'll live. Maybe swap one row of normal peasants for a row of artisans, seeing as our ratio is mis-skewed that way. Right. Save up money again. Then what do we need for these guys? Bath, yak race, decoration. So actually, if anything, it should be the other way around, right? The red guys should be at the top and the peasants should be at the bottom, because then I can supply them with the baths. So I've done this the wrong way around, and we're going to have to tediously do the moving micro. Play Ring Around the Rosie with them. Because of my stupidity. Exclamation mark idiot. I deserve it. I could be not suffering this hell. If only I'd thought ahead more. Thank you. No, there isn't. Not as far as I know. You've got to do it click by click. I get in there. You don't think you're touched by food? I'm willing to extend the fancy road slightly. You think they did add a hotkey? Let's see. Move is left control. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Iceman. That will make this considerably easier. Yes, you. So what are you complaining about? You don't have... You aren't in range of the Amazon distribution center anymore. And I don't think that's likely to change, but what we can do is give you all baths now. And then suddenly they're mostly happy. Am I willing to give them top-tier road? It helped, but it didn't get it all the way to here. There we go. Need to trade these ones for these ones because the bath doesn't reach there. Or else we need to give the bath more efficient road there. Okay, so these need to swap with those. It's you. Okay. So now the baths touch pretty much everyone we want. We could get rid of these for some more artisans. Okay, everything is taxed, everything gets utensils, almost everything is gonged. Everything is gonged. So next they either want yak races, decorations. The yak races are worth 2, which puts them over the top. I think if I kill off that, I can fit the yak races here, right? Still don't need this many lowlanders, so I think we just shblop, erase you. And then how far away can I place it before the yak races don't touch what we need? Actually, it can be as far away as we like and it still touches everything. It's kind of amazing. Ta-da! All the artisans are happy to level up. Suddenly, we don't have enough food, though. So we say slightly more food, and we need 1 more fish. That is tough, because I've actually used up all my fishing space. What's the difference between... So there are multiple kinds of citizen in this Copperhead. There's lowlanders, the, like, peasant lowest class. Then there's artisans, the, like... merchant/craftsman class, and there is monks, the education science class, religion and science. I suppose there's a 4th if you include the yaks. The yaks are also another population, but there's 3 human populations and yaks. Yaks are like heavy workforce for things like the yak ski lifts, the yak mining, etc., etc. You can make yak palaces, although not on this map. This map doesn't allow the yak utopias. Now, we could make more fish, or we could diversify our food stuff so that we don't demand as much of any single kind of food stuff. So let's take that approach. Basic road. The cheapest kind of food is cheese. It needs a eating center. We deliver it to here, and then suddenly we need nowhere near as much fish or grain, but we need a whole lot more cheese. Ta-da! They're happy with the cheese. Monks. The monks would like the cheese as well, actually, at a rate of 2. I will consider giving them their food back. Let's look at what it would cost. It's not that expensive. Would it let us raise these guys' level? If I built a mandala, then yes, that would let them go up to the next tier. A mandala would go really well there. Well, it would go somewhat well. It would also go quite well there. I'd only have to move the tax office over 1. It's a pity this is 1 longer. Well, let's just test how it would work. Pretend that we were going to do this. And if it means I have to move the tax office, maybe I have to move the tax office. Reaches a really good amount of stuff. On the other hand, it's easier to manipulate the road here. Like that. Yeah. That's too good to argue with. The tax office doesn't quite reach these two. We solve that by giving this area some little bit of nice road. Gets to here, and what about there? What if I put you there? Yeah, actually that works better. Putting the tax office over here. Then we only miss there. We can drop this back down to Crappy Road. And extend the good road from there. Seriously? Okay, we need a little bit of even better road. There we go. Now the tax office reaches everything. Suddenly we need more cheese. More bread. Yeah, this is Tibetan themed. It's kinda Anno, but Anno Tibet. Anno Tibet with yaks. Now, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you happy where these guys are? Because your gong doesn't reach you. There we go. And then this one... the gong doesn't reach you there. Well, we'll put it here. Guess I'll allow a little bit of nice road there. Seriously? Fine, no. Back to normal road. If I put the gong there instead of the house... there, now the gong reaches all that I need. An extra bit of cheese. Now we have tons of spare monks. We don't have tons of spare yaks. It's costing a lot of yaks to move all this food around. Turn on these 4. Which means we need 3 more yak balers. We need 3 more yak growers. Now, sadly, these aren't going to reach, so we're going to have to play rearrangey, which is always tedious. You now do this one. You now do that one. You now do that one. You now do this one. You do that 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 one. We have enough for 1 more in the future. Possibly 2 if another one fits there. Which it does. So yes, we should be able to do those 2 in the future if we need them. But I would need more hay production. These guys now need decorations or a mandala. Actually, they really want a mandala. Would the mandala fit here? Yeah, why not? I don't need these couple of houses. You all die. Make space for the mandala to be here. Or it could be there. Do you guys care about a mandala? You don't. So it would actually be slightly better to put, like, here, assuming it would reach the whole way, but it doesn't. What if I move you and try shoving it there? No, so it looks like shoving it here is even better. But it's too big. So move you. Well, there's no reason we can't move you. Okay with that. Kill off this road. Add some medium road so that it reaches all the way here. These are going to level up. Suddenly, though, the monks say we need more cheese and wine because these guys are... Oh, not cheese and wine. Bread and cheese because these guys are eating it preferentially, so... And for the cheese... There you are. You claim you're slightly out of food range. So we add a little bit of nice road there. Medium nice road. Good. Now what does this one have that you don't? Gong. Fine, then you can move here. For the moment. Or possibly there? No, there does not work. There does, though. Okay. We're in the positive again. And we have lots of spare workforce to work with. So I could do another set of utensil stuff. I kind of feel like trading out our trading out our monks for the advanced things instead of the basic one is probably the right thing to do. So I need to get cedar production going. We can only do that if I'm willing to import rock crystal. How high tech can I get these without needing more tech? Like, how high a tier can I get here? If I give them just food, that's 2. If I give them but a tea, that's 2. If I give them a shrine... That's 1. So it's a shrine, a decoration, and the 2 foods would technically do it. And this is as many peasants as I need. 16. So fine, we'll have a look at that. Maybe I can avoid going higher tech. Kind of a pity that the bridge thing is there. Could I move the bridge thing? If I put it here instead, we erase that. Then that could be a topiary. Wrong kind of road, my bad. And maybe a basic shrine. And that gives some of them what they need. Big topiary does that so much more efficiently. Yeah, I'm not sold on little topiary thing. Okay, it's slightly more expensive, but it reaches so much further. Okay, then how do we give you guys one of these? Almost. Realistically, I can probably move you to over there. Yeah, as long as I connect this road as well. I need those two to be covered. Maybe we do our little sneaky thing where we do it like that. And use that to have the... Doesn't quite do the shrines the way I'd like. Move you out of the way. Look at where the others of you are. That almost does what we would want. That does exactly what I would want. I think I just have to live with that being there. This topiary... Technically, I don't need those ones. Like, this currently covers enough to get my goal. And these are just excess, so... I think we live with them just being excess. And don't stress leveling those up. Yeah, it's a nice peaceful game. The only way you can game over is if you completely run out of money. And your income is negative whilst you have no money. If you've got If you spend more money than you have but your income is positive, that's fine. And you can have negative income as long as you have savings, but both no savings and negative income will kill you. I think that we might just be lazy and add mediumly nice road here. And maybe I move this to, like, over here. It will mean that we aren't yeeting the food as far, which helps for minimizing our yak and artisan usage. Okay, those now cover enough of these up to a high level that we just need the 2 extra foods, which is smoked meat and butter tea. And it does need to be food. They will not accept other kinds of goods to fill their needs. So we need another pair of that, 2 pairs of that. Trading house, trading house. Eating station, eating station. It was meat. Suddenly we have more food diversity, which means, yes, we need to be paying more for meat. But I no longer need to be paying as much for cheese. And bread. Okay. And then the last one. Tea. Which does the same thing. Check, but now we no longer need as much bread. We no longer need as much cheese. I can have 1 less meat. Oh. The ones that we're actually targeting for our goal. Suddenly that's more food demand, though. Done. And more bread. And more cheese. Oof. I need 1 more fancy house. So what don't you have? You don't have a topiary. And now we need to be earning positive money, and then we are victorious. So we start using our spare artisans and yaks to make some more export utensils. Come on, I said, send it to here, here, Here. Here. You give it to him. That helped, but it isn't enough. Although most of that is from missing yaks. So... What? Was I not paused? What did I supposedly do wrong? I mustn't have been paused. My bad. It was one topiary here. Boost back up the food things. Okay, and then more export utensils. We were at negative 200 when we started this set. So that's actually made it worse, but it's only made it worse because of the lack of yak. I have enough spare lowlanders and enough spare space that we can just use inefficient yak. But we'll try and use efficient yak, so... One, two, three, four. Turn you on. You send to there. Turn you on. Need one more. Here. You can feed that one, which means this one can instead feed that one. There we go, we've minimized it by 70. We try another. So, probably like 4 here. Actually, only 3. So, yak intensive. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Come on. Come on. 3. Not quite in range. Fine, we built slightly fancier road for you. Slightly fancier road. There we go. You need slightly more yak. Technically, there's enough here to do one more. So... there, and then... that. That's enough yaks to do... only got a surplus of 1. So we only get to do 1 more of these. It's to be like there. Give it to that. They send to there. Minus 21! Oh, come on! I only need to make 21 more bucks. How can we save $21? What if I just gave these guys slightly less utensils? Actually, there's a surplus of 7 here that we could be sending to that as a second priority. Alright. Import food map defeated. Nice. Crop failure, because there's only fishies.